Welcome to the Creativity Playground and my Craft Roulette series, where for episode number 230, I made this adorable box card using the parameters, shaped card. The colors were peacock, the element was tall, and the random was XOXO. So let's just jump into the middle of my process. The box card will be the shape, and then as far as like tall, I'm going to have something like pop out of the box. Now I've got the shape, so now I need to think about colors, the peacock colors, because that will determine my paper that I use. So I've got my colors. What I like to do is just in the little dots, go ahead and do the color parsley. The color that I have to have is for peacock. So honestly, I could probably choose to use whatever color I wanted here, knowing that one of my color names is indeed peacock, but I already have these colors out, so this is what I'm gonna use. And then I've got blueberry, grape soda. I have black. I decided that I am going to use this set for my images. I already have some colored. I've got some stitched alphabet, the name of the person who's receiving the card. I'll just create my own pattern paper since I don't really have any that fits. I've got a couple options for the XOXO. I've got this one in kind of scripty writing, and then I have this one in just text. Let's go ahead and start with my Concord 9th Triangle Confetti Turnabout. I have, been thinking about the fact that I really wish that I had the full pads, and here is a prime example. It would be so much easier to do this if I had the full pad. If you haven't had a chance to use the Concord 9th Turnabout stamp sets, I highly recommend them. They're really fun. So what you do is when you stamp the first time, then you're going to rotate it and then add your next color. Now clearly you're going to clean the stamp in between colors, but then I'm going to rotate it again, add my next color. So I started out with the Oceanside, then the grape soda, and then blueberry, and then I'm finishing off with parsley for my fourth rotation. Now you could choose to only do 1, 2, 3 rotations. I went ahead and did all 4, knowing that I was going to die cut my panels out, and then I am using peacock cardstock from Concord 9th to for the base of the box card. And then I'm taking the adorable little stitched element in the Kindred Stamp box card set and going ahead and adhering each of my patterns to the little shapes for the box card. And on the back of the box card, I'm including this plain white panel. And now it's time to let everything dry and then put the box card together. And I'm putting the box card together using some double-sided strong tape, knowing that this is going to a young person, that it's going to potentially be moved and played with a lot. So I want to make sure that it's really sturdy. So on each of the tabs, I'm adding this double-sided score tape, and I will do that for each piece, and then I'll burnish it down with my bone folder before taking off the backing and adding the piece to create my box card. Now, here's where I'm like, oh no, I should have adhered the sides first and then added my pattern paper. But I had realized it right as I was pressing down on this tape, and this tape is so sturdy. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not tearing this card apart just because of that one error. Like the girl who's getting this, she's not even going to notice that. So I need to let it go. Let it go. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay, now here's one thing that I would recommend when you're creating your box card is I aligned this to the bottom, and in retrospect, I wish I would have aligned it to the top of this side panel, because my characters were sitting down too low. So I had to go ahead and add an extra piece to this middle panel just so that I could sit my characters up a little bit higher. So had I at this point adhered this middle section a little bit higher, I wouldn't have had to do that extra step. So now I cut off the flaps to the front piece since there was extra flaps that were unnecessary. So now I can just adhere the front piece to the flaps on the side piece. And again, notice that when the box card itself is laying down flat, and I push it over to the other side, all I have to do is take off the backing from that tape, and then the flap lines up perfectly. So it makes it, one, easy to put together, but two, also really easy to mail. Now, I haven't tested this with a standard envelope yet, and I'm going to have to do that because I have the fairy is hanging out above this, so I might have to make a custom envelope for this card, which is no problem because I am hand delivering this anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. So when I completed the XOXO parameter, I went ahead and used my magnets from the Glassboard Studio glass mat, and was able to keep my my box from popping up while I stamped. Okay, so real quick, I cut up some packaging and added this, my little fairy, to the clear packaging, just so that I can have her sitting up above everything else. I also, to make my letters more sturdy, I cut them out of some cardboard packaging to create my own chipboard. And you'll notice that I also added a little bit of white highlights to the letters as well. And then this is what I'm talking about. I created this little extra piece that stands up so that my characters don't get lost behind that front panel. And I don't think I show this, but later on I go and cut out some more of the triangle pattern paper that I created to add to that middle section, just because it looked very plain when you were looking down at it from the top. So I just hold my little characters and until the glue has a chance to dry a little bit. Then I went ahead and decided where I wanted my fairy character, and I then trim off the excess of the plastic packaging that I used once I decide where exactly I want her to stand. And notice that this is not typical acetate. This is much sturdier. It actually came from packaging from my Sizer heat transfer vinyl, so very sturdy. And then when I pull this out, I know that because I cut it off perfectly, I can just add some of that double-sided tape directly to my packaging, and then just burnish that down really well, pull off the backing, and put it in place at the back of the middle panel. So the little friends in front are glued just with their feet to the front of the middle panel, and then this little fairy is being glued to the back of the panel. And I love how she is like much higher than they are. So not only do I have a tall friend, I have my fairy who is tall, and she is taller than the back of the box card. So adorable. Okay, I went ahead and put black foam tape onto my greeting, my happy birthday greeting. And then using my tweezers, which is, if you've been watching it all, you know I'm really trying to learn these tweezers. I'm still struggling a bit, but I'm getting a little better. At least I have them out and am using them. So there's that. Then I'm going to just gently hold that down, making sure I don't move it around. Adding the Barely Art glue gave me a little bit of wiggle room. And then I don't know what happened, but I put the rest of it together and didn't film it. So here is the finished box card with my XOXO on both sides, and my spot to write a little bit more on the back. I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to check out my Craft Roulette playlist. Until next time, remember, make time for creative play because your mental health matters. Bye!